One of Arlington National Cemetery's most honored traditions has been suspended after an Army investigation found improper care for the horses that carry the nation's fallen heroes to their final resting place. In tonight's Eye on America, CBS's David Martin shows us the two women that spoke up to save one of the military's oldest ceremonies.
The horse-drawn caisson at Arlington National Cemetery is one of this nation's most solemn and majestic rituals. But back at the stable, watch what happened to a horse named George.
When I touched George's neck, he fell to his knees, which is a very abnormal response in any horse. And I've never encountered such a painful horse.
Major Beth Biles is the veterinarian for the horses.
So George basically just buckled under the pain?
He did. It was shocking.
CBS News obtained photos of other horses with scars from wearing ill-fitting harnesses and saddles while pulling a 2,600-pound caisson.
They were all suffering from severe musculoskeletal injuries, neck pain.
They were supposed to work 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, but some ended up working 6 weeks straight. Soldiers with limited training didn't recognize the problem, and higher-ups weren't listening.
Educating the chain of command on how to take the appropriate steps was a challenge.
Did you have a hard time getting through?
Initially, yes.
Then 2 horses died, and this Army investigation finally declared conditions unsafe. The Army brought in hearses to give the horses a full year to recover. They were sent to rehab for therapies like cold water soaks for their aching limbs.
There was a lot of work to be done.
Monique Hovey had been brought in as the new herd manager and started getting rid of saddles whose design dated back to World War I.
So not only can we cause pain along their spine from how narrow this is, but then there was a rub happening on this horse.
It sounds like very basic stuff.
Yes, it's basic.
Now there are new saddles and some new horses. Hovey calls the horses soldiers without voices, but George said it all in that 10-second video. Here he is now, a year later, at the rehab center.
George is a case of a success story.
George will never go back to pulling a caisson, but horse-drawn funerals are scheduled to resume next year.
I do not ever want to bring the horses back if they can't be taken care of appropriately. I do fear that we might revert back to where we were.
For Eye on America, David Martin, Fort Myer, Virginia.